Today, on Be Something Wonderful, my SP story, how my imaginal scene became my only reality. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. Here we are in Athens, Greece, and I've got a big video today. This came from a client that I had a follow-up session. We've had a few sessions now, and she just had a breakthrough, and her imaginal scene was what was jumping into the arms of her SP. She kept it very simple. No words were exchanged. It was just that. This is what happened. Her scene became her reality. It became her only reality. And she had been apart from her SP. He moved for a job, although they were going back and forth, they were dating other people. And when they reunited in the same city, she jumped in his arms. It was the scene that she imagined. and so they're going strong now. And here's what she said did it for her. This is what she shared with me during our session. She said, my aha moment occurred when I realized that I was imagining my wish fulfilled with the intention to make something happen in 3D reality, which she was referring to a few videos that I was talking about, versus realizing my imagining is reality, versus realizing that imaginal act is the entire reality. It's not about the outcomes in 3D. It's not about the thoughts and feelings in 3D. It is the end result. It's everything. This is what she said. My aha moment occurred when I realized that I was imagining my wish fulfilled with the intention to make something happen in 3D reality versus realizing my imagining is reality, is the end result. It's everything. She was quoting a few videos, I think, as well. And I was stuck in the messy middle. She's using the term that we have coined now of trying to manifest good outcomes and avoid bad outcomes in 3D reality. You see that? She was stuck there, making it all about out there. There's no out there. Your entire reality is your imaginal scene. That becomes your reality. She got that. Once she got on that and stopped putting her gaze outward, stop thinking about the outcome, stop being attached to either negative or positive attachment, right? Attached to positive outcomes or attached to negative outcomes. She put it within, right? Versus imagining the desired outcomes within and making it all about that. That's what she does. I was stuck in the messy middle of trying to manifest good outcomes and avoid bad outcomes in 3D reality versus imagining the desired outcomes within and making it all about that. I was like, oh my God, good or bad 3D outcomes are irrelevant. Because when I make it all about imagining within, that becomes my entire life. Well, these are my words. That's in parentheses. That becomes my outcome. In other words, what she's saying here, that becomes her entire life experience. Do you see that? It was like, oh my God, good or bad 3D outcomes are irrelevant because when I make it all about imagining within, that becomes my outcome. In other words, that becomes my entire life experience. Reality, these are my words. Reality equals imagination equals all of it. This is her realization. This is what she came to. So it's like in the Magician's Way. So this is she really loved the Magician's Way as well, and so she really resonated with some of that. And so I brought up some of the quotes from that to sort of match what was going on with her. It's like when you'll imagine it only if you know for certain that it can happen. This was also a conversation with a client just before I started this video. It's like you'll imagine it only if you know for certain that it can happen. That keeps you in what the Magician's Way calls the swing circle, right? Life happens outside the swing circle. They use the golf analogy where you're trying to get your swing right. You believe the entire game if you get your swing right, if you get the processes down, if you imagine correctly, if you think good thoughts and feel them, then you'll get what you want. Life happens outside the swing circle. It happens outside where you're focused on the target, where you're focused on your imagined end. It's like when you imagine it, only if you know for certain that it can happen. Otherwise, you don't imagine it. So you feel resistance in your imagining because you have some doubts. And now you go, well, why am I? And then you see outcomes that don't match what you think you're imagining. And then you go, well, okay, I'm just not going to imagine anymore. It's not doing anything, right? Remember, that's all attachment to the outcome in the 3D reality. If you're only imagining to make something happen versus imagining your end result or your desired reality as reality, and it is reality. It's everything. That's what she got to. Let go of whether it will happen or not. She just moved back to that end. And instead of judging outcomes, looking for it out there, and she just decided, she made the assumption, she made the decision, she made the choice that it's all about imagining her imaginal scene within. It's all about that reality. Right? Remember, it's just a game. This is a magician's way. Just a game, and the game isn't about a good or bad result. This really reflects what she was talking about. The game is in imagining the ball doing what you want it to. Play the game. Right? That's and they say it's play the imagination game in a magician's way. This is what Florence Scovel Shinn talks about as the game of life. All the spiritual greats talk about it as a game of life. Remember, it's a game. And the game isn't about a good or bad result. We get focused on those good or bad results. Will I be with my SP or won't I be with my SP? Versus going within and creating yourself with that SP. Right? The game is in imagining the ball doing what you want it to. Play the game, the imagination game. I know that seems paradoxical, but if you can imagine it within, then you're going to see it without. If you make that everything, if you make that the game, not the outside manifestation, but the inner imagination, then you will see the outer manifestation, right? Wow, make it all about that. So, it's not about making something happen. It's not about focusing on positive or negative outcomes. It's not about the thoughts and feelings about those outcomes. This is the realization that she had. It's all of that keeps you in the messy middle, right? The BSW client, it's so amazing to realize it's just about imagining my experience of my wish fulfilled, of being in love with my SP together. Wow. Here it is. I'm going to read this again. What a great realization. It's so amazing to realize it's just about imagining my experience of my wish fulfilled of being in love with my SP together. If you focus, and this is what a magician's way says, if you focus on the target, everything else comes together. That's what she did. She just got back to the target. Where's the target? It's within. It's that imaginal scene within. Remember, Neville Goddard, all the spiritual greats talk about imagination is the only reality. It makes no sense to be attached to outcomes and outer manifestations if inner reality is the only reality. Because when you make that the only reality, then that must be the 3D manifested reality. The 3D reality must rearrange itself to your inner state. It must yield to your imaginal scene. Just like her imaginal scene of jumping in the arms of her SP, 3D reality yielded to that scene. My SP story, how my imaginal scene became my only reality. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for considering joining the membership channel. There's a link below for more great content. There'll be, as I said, there's going to be another video coming on that shortly. Thank you for commenting on the videos, sharing the videos, talking about the channel, sharing the channel, coaching with me. I love it. More and more of you. I'm meeting more and more of you. It's like we've known each other. And thanks for everything, right? Don't forget we have a Facebook group. It's facebook.com/groups/BeSomethingWonderful. You can share insight and guidance with others. We have an Instagram and Twitter at Tom Karen, or just go to our website anytime at tomkaren.com or BeSomethingWonderful.com. This is Tom Karen with Be Something Wonderful, broadcasting from Athens, Greece. More to come with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude. See you soon.